Alright y'all, the people have spoke. Today's cheerleading deep dive is all about stretch doubles. And let me tell you, I hated this skill for probably half of my cheerleading career. But good news is I did eventually figure it out and it's now my favorite way to double down. Okay, let's get into it. One of the most common problems I see with this skill is that people aren't able to figure out how to get that same snap in the spin that they're able to get out of an arabesque double down. Or they're able to spin really quickly, but there's just no lift in the skill. But really, no matter what the issue is you're having, I can guarantee it's something to do with the initial takeoff. Okay, before our boy has even dipped and we're in our stretch, I'm making sure my weight is centered over the ball of my foot. Pay attention to that wording because that does not mean in your toes. I'm picking up my left hip and ensuring that my line is centered completely over the right side of my body. Okay, now as my boy starts to dip, I'm gonna exaggerate that stretch position. I'm emphasizing the lift of my left hip and I'm crunching my shoulders towards my leg, all while making sure that's still centered over the ball of my foot. By emphasizing this correct body line, I'm making it easier to not go early and also for my boy to feel my weight. One of my biggest struggles when learning this skill was not being able to wait for his dip and essentially just jumping out of his hands. But this little trick seriously made all the difference for me. Okay, so now that I've ensured that I'm going to be able to wait for his full dip, let's talk next steps. When my boy has finished his dip down and he's starting to stand up, my biggest goal is to keep my weight centered over him for as long as possible. I want to give him every opportunity to make my life easier. So now that I'm at the top of this dip, I'm gonna start initiating my square. I'm focusing on opening up my stretch and driving my right hip and right shoulder to that wall, still keeping my weight centered over my base. Now that he's released, I'm being aggressive on lifting up with my shoulders and driving over with my right hip. As I'm bringing my feet together, I like to drive my right foot over my left. And it's my right leg's responsibility to make that happen. I'm not snapping my left foot down. As my feet come together, my arms also come down. I'm continuing the rest of that spin by thinking to pull with the front of my right shoulder and the back of my left. I'm tucking my head to my left shoulder and holding that nice hollow body spin line. And that's it for our stretch double deep dive. I can't tell if I like the part 1, part 2, or just putting it all in one video for these, so let me know what you like better. And as always, thank you for listening, and I hope that made somebody's life a little bit easier.